Hi guys and welcome back. So we're going to be building on the Kingdom of Vestia again, but first I wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to probably be dropping these in randomly in episodes. It's either that or if you guys prefer I can do separate episodes of them, but I've basically been on holiday for a couple of days and I've got back and I've been reading through a couple comments and picking them up and putting them all pretty much on a sheet somewhere so I can start working my way through any improvements that have come up. But one of them was really awesome by a guy called Tom Van Beek. Who actually basically made another map with provinces on it. Now, this is something I was thinking about doing before, but I'd never got around to. So I've now added these provinces in. I've actually only gone with Firot, and I've actually done this as Iron Coast. These two names, I'm going to let you guys decide, because I think I'm going to, like usual, try and get as many people involved as possible. So we've got two different areas where we've got the farmlands against this bit, and we've also got the where we've got the capital as is part of this. But this is a really cool idea, and I've actually kept these provinces of the kingdom as close as possible, really. So it's pretty good. So yeah, all thanks to Tom Van Beek. So Firot is Fjord. He did go with Iron Moor, the Rouge lands or the Rogue lands of the Iron Coast Line Mountains, and I've done exactly the same here. So I just call it the Iron Coast because I like the Iron Coast. I want to keep it in there. Ufar, the Overy lands, it's different, and Etel. I don't know how you do the A with the little two dots on it. I have no idea. But really cool idea. So I started off with the lore document that's been living. I did have the outline of Vestia. I have done the other ones as well. I don't know where they are. There we go. Really rough one. It's missing a couple islands, so I need to do this properly. But this was just a rough map, so I could shove it on the document and you guys can have a look. And you can hardly even read it, so we've got Vestia here, which has got a really rough border. I've been working on my own map, as you guys might have known, and the reason I've done this is because I've got it in Adobe Fireworks, which is very similar to Photoshop, where you can have different layers, and there's a reason I've got those different layers, because you can do stuff, for example, like this, where, when it appears, which is not appearing, that's because I haven't done that, there we go, so you'll get like the kingdoms on here, and I'll populate all of the kingdoms onto this, similar to this document, but it will be a lot clearer. And I'll do a print of that, so you can actually see the different colours, different names, how their borders all tie in together and everything like that. But you can see Vestia there. But because of what Tom kind of sent me, I thought that was just freaking awesome. So I've actually ended up adding in some regions as well. So this is pretty good. I've pretty much kept the same colours as well that they've done. So we've got Firot, Iron Coast, and then we've got this land down here. Let me zoom in. I'm too far away, I think. Maybe not. Oops. Nope, now I'm just zooming out again. Right. Let me zoom in a tiny bit. So I don't really need this bit down here, do I? No. There we go. So Firot, which is the highlands, that would probably get the most orc attacks. So we're gonna have to do some pretty big. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some pretty big kind of forts or castles. I think it might be castle land. So we've got Fort Scalos all the way down here, so it's quite low down, really. So we're going to have to do some bigger stuff up here, or more fortified stuff instead. Now, as you can see from here, and it was only really when I started doing the map and actually setting out this land, the orcs would also land on this land here, and this land is going to be called Vagonbray. It's actually not in the document yet, it's the one that's here, it's just unknown, but it is from Stargate SG-1, because it was really cool, and I just thought it sounded so medieval. But there's an episode that actually says it in it, which is like really far. I can't remember the episode name, so I have actually credited them on the document as Vagonbray. There you go, inspired by SG-1, which is good. So Vagonbray here is also going to be under attack by those orcs, and also whatever the lands over here. Now I haven't got a name for those yet. There's quite a few that I need names for. So we've got the Runkland, Vrongard being, which is a really awesome name. I can't remember who came up with that one. It was TBNR Redler, and Runkland was Dylan 97 plays. So I'm trying to keep this document as up to date as possible with naming as well. So those ones are there. We've also got these islands at the top here, which is the island chain, which is going to be a little Nord nation. And we've also got these bits, which would have been West Nordland originally, but West Nordland was counted as pretty much everything here, like going all the way down Vestia, Vagonbray, and also this land, this unknown land, was all West Nordland. And also the Goblin Mountains, but the Goblin Mountains are now completely taken over, so they're actually not a part of the Nord Kingdoms at all. So that's one of the things they've got there. So if you guys can come up with any names, we've got this one here and this one up here. Those are the two big names, and also a name for the swamp. At the minute, I've just called it within the lore as the Boglands, and it's going to be. It was part of Aurelia, which is down here. A lot of the names, by the way, have been by one guy, because he's had them brilliant, which is Johnny, I think it's Johnny Kilroy? Pretty sure it is, that's about, yeah, Johnny Kilroy, Aelon, Aurelian, and Calandria are all his, so literally these 3 down here are all his. Just pretty cool, actually. So there we go, we've got all those, and I haven't started doing all of these maps, all of these areas down here as well. I think the Romans were just going to call the Romans, or something like that, unless people can come up with a nice name for it. I've also started putting in a little bit of lore about each of the races and everything like that, so the Snow Elves are going to have their own religion, which is quite strong. But thank you very much for the comment on that, because that is really awesome. If you guys can come up with a name for the Southlands here, which is going to have the capital city on it, and also these lands which are on the inner side, which is where most of the farms for Vestia is actually held. It's the safer part from the Iron Coast and Iron Mountains down here, and then obviously Firot is also pretty bad. In terms of an area, but there's not as many farms here. They just get burnt by every single raid. Whereas on this side, you know, obviously we do have it with Wagrandale, but apart from that, it's pretty okay. Now the other thing I've got on this, which I've been playing around with quite a lot. Let me just turn off these different things. Is map symbols. So I've used the Skyrim map symbols. I don't know if you guys have ever done this. It's just me messing around with this to try and get it to work. I think it's kind of good. But I've been using the map symbols to actually mark out locations of everything using them. So I've got a lot of watchtowers going across. These are similar to, well, it is the watchtowers from Skyrim, but I'm actually going to use them as signal towers, similar to the way that Gondor works. So these are going to go all the way across these mountains, all the way up, so that if there was a raid up here, they'd know all the way down and be able to try to figure it out somehow. I don't know how they'd have a signal of doing, where it is. I guess they would just keep going until they got up the coast and check on everybody, or send scouts or something, something like that. But we've got Wagrandale, Aldef Grove, Fort Scalar or Scalar, Kingsgrave, which is going to be one of them. But I think today we're probably going to end up doing this little camp up here. I did have a name for it, and I've completely forgotten it. Which if we just scroll down on the side of this, I do like Google Docs for this. It's quite good. Where is it? Camps. I've called it Ridgewatch, which is just a small Vestirian ranger camp, but yeah, I don't know. If you guys can come up with a better name, please do say so. That's just what I've got pegged in. We can see there's going to be another fort there, a cave over here, a farm down here, which is all going to be Silver Sage Farm Estate down on that side. We'll have another farmer across here, and we'll probably also have, for the border across this part, the one that's got it with Vaganbray is going to probably have possibly a wall, or just have a large fort across this side here that would cover it, or a tower and a fort, or I don't know. We'll have a look at that area when we get around to it. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. I'll keep, as soon as I get snapshots of this, and I've done quite a lot of work on it, I am uploading it to, there you go. So I'm uploading it onto the actual lore page. So it's underneath the brief history of the kingdom. So we've got the kingdom map there, which is just the outline, brief history of it, which will always be expanded, I think. Or I'll do like an extended history at some point, which will go through year by year, or decade by decade, or something like that, depending on how rich we want to make it. But I'll always keep on updating one of these, which should have the current area. So this is, we're still going to be doing it within the area which is known as the Iron Coast. So yeah, sorry for talking lots, guys. Maybe I should do this as separate episodes. Let me know. Just even if it means you comment twice in this video, I don't really mind at all. That's absolutely fine. But really, really cool. So let's get into that. Okay, so we're now in the game finally. Sorry about the long intro, guys. I might just keep those two separate videos when I talk about everything going on. I've started to as well. If you notice these little white things, any of these episodes, these are markers. So I've got like signal tower. I don't know why Shaders is deciding to freak out today. Usually, it's absolutely fine with Trilitons. It's only happened a couple of times. I think it's to do with just like randomly when it starts up, it doesn't work. Or I have to start up. There you go. It should look like that. So we've got a signal tower here anyway. And I've put those around pretty much everywhere, so you'll see like these little blobs. Now the Druid's Path, I have started on it. I've not completed it properly yet. Now that's going to go all the way through and snake through here. You can see like here I've put in like a little necromancer's altar, maybe a cave, and also going up this Druid's Path. Well, there's got to be a reason why the path was actually created in the first place, not just a nice little walking path. And there's going to be a little abandoned mine. Don't know what type of mine, but we'll see, like typical kind of Skyrim kind of thing. I just need to do the smooth smooth stone to go across there. Now I'm going to have obviously a signal tower over here, so we've got a signal tower there, signal tower there. That's another reason for the path to exist. And also that goes down to the Eldarth Grove steps that go down into that. But today we'll be doing a little camp, and hopefully we're going to be able to doing this pretty quick. And it should just be like a one episode, one-off type episode, kind of like thing. But as normal, if you guys have any ideas for it, then please let me know, and I'll kind of tie those up. But this is where we're going to have it. So it's going to be a Rangers camp. So I'm going to have like different parts of the military for. I can see the fort down there as well, just in case you guys don't know where it is. So the fort's there, that's there. Eldarth Grove is there, and Wagrandale is, of course, below the fort down there. You can just about see it, really far away. Yeah, so we're obviously going to have like knights and things like that. I've been looking at a lot of the ways that in medieval times they ranked everything, and it's quite interesting. Is it Wicker Fence? No, it's not called Wicker, is it? It's called Wattle. Wattle Fence. I don't know if there's any sort of tent block. No, there isn't. Oh, God, I wish they had a tent block. That'd be cool. Yeah, so we're gonna have, in medieval times they had different barons, and they had duchess or dukes and all that kind of stuff. So I've been looking at that structure, how that all works. I know that some guys have also said about the fort and how that command system works. We're gonna have Fort Commander is just going to be the generic title. It doesn't matter who they are, whether they're just like a guard captain or something like that. It doesn't really matter too much. So what I'm looking for is some sort of probably like a brownish kind of thing that I can. What I'm really looking at, right? Or looking for, not brown wool. Brown stucco might work actually. Like brown mesa. But I'm actually looking for these ones. These ones are the ones I'm actually thinking of using rather than the other ones, because it might look really, really cool. Like as like a tent, What do you guys think? Like if you had like this, like if we wanted to make it really small and like dingy, like that'd be pretty much it. But if not, I want to have this on like a little bit bigger than that's the way it goes. So yeah, we're going to have like the fort commanders, which will be, well, it can be any rank, but that's the actual title. Do we also want to use this one at all? It makes it look more worn, doesn't it? That's a lot nicer in my head. It's obviously a lot more hideous, but it's a lot nicer. Right, so if we go for around here, try and do something like that instead, like this on here. Let's just try this. I just want to try it first. Not like too bad actually, does it? I'm pretty happy with it, so we're gonna give this a go. At least. Oh my God, get out of the way. There we go. Something like that. It looks a little bit too bricky, but maybe if we randomize it, it might look okay. Yeah, so we're also gonna have the Rangers. So the Rangers are a group, basically they're like scouts. They're like highly trained scouts that will go across mountainous areas, because the orcs, they do have mountains and things like that, but they're very, very different. They're not used to the kind of like thick foliage of this land, well, except for when they're raiding. Obviously, if they're raiding and pillaging, they will be quite used to it, but if they're not as used to it. That's the thinking. And so these rangers essentially, they just kind of like roam around and checking to make sure everything's working. Obviously, if one of the signal towers goes out, then they need to check out why, report back to whoever's in command of whatever forts or things like that, and that kind of thing. That's what I'm thinking they're going to be used for. That type of doodah is exactly it. Right? Can we? I was just thinking, can I use this in some way, shape, or form? Because I really like it, and I think we'll probably use it for a campfire. Because I really like the campfire too. It's just awesome, really, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just put one of those down. Right, one decker. So something like that. Maybe move that over. So I'll play it over here or something. But yeah, the Rangers. I don't know. You guys can come up with some nice stories for the Rangers, or what they've done, or something. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to be just goddamn awesome, you know? So it could just be awesome. Right, so we've got a bigger tent there. That's obviously going to be housing a couple of them. Even though you can't really tell, but that will quite happily house a couple. I need to make this more sticky. It doesn't look very stick-like at the minute. It's very... Obviously it looks a bit... I kind of want to make it look like a kind of like brownish one, but it's not really working as well. But it's not bad. It's just... It needs more sticks. Does that make any sense at all? So we use like spruce logs or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, pillars. There we go. Pillars are perfect for this. So we can just do this, right? And you can still walk through. And it doesn't then feel as... It still looks a little bit rubbish, but it's fine, you know. And then we'll roughen up all this grass, because it wouldn't really be grass. Depends on how long they've been here, you know. But yeah, something like that will do. Then we'll do a really, really small one, maybe. We don't need another campfire, so we can go to the corners here and do it. So yeah, Rangers will be part of another part of the military, which is a bit different. Maybe they could have been born out of... Well, they would have been born out of war, obviously. Maybe they could be like an ancient order, you know? That kind of typical thing that you get. I think I still have to make this one quite big. Just might have, you know, might just be a smaller one like this. Yeah, but I can't really do that, because then that's not... You know, it's not across here, is it? It's just flatter. Unless we don't go with that kind of shape, we go with the more rounded shape. Yeah, come on then, Daka. If I'm going to go with rounded shape, how the hell am I going to do a rounded shape with this? You can have any ideas there? No? Probably no ideas. You know me. Come up with something, I guess. We'll have like one... No, if we have these here, with that there, it's all back. See, I could come up with a rounded one. I can do it. I'm not just an idiot. Most of the time, anyway. There we go. So have something like that. We'll have a weird rounded one as well. Now, yeah, good that I've done that, because now I have no idea how I'm going to do the actual roof on it. Don't you just love that? And you come up with a design, you're like, this will be awesome, yeah. And actually, then you go, and how am I going to make this actually look good? No idea at all, not the foggiest. Which is fine, obviously. Isn't it? I think so. Hope so. Right, so maybe this time it's going to be across these sides, right? And then if we go in again, right? Alright, let's just... If this works, awesome. If it doesn't, oh well. You know, at least we tried it. That's the way to think about it. This looks a bit domey, doesn't it? It looks a little bit... Oh, it's a very different style. Don't get me wrong. It looks kind of cool in its own special way. But, you know, I'd obviously have to cover up those. Well, actually, why don't I just do those that way? That works, doesn't it? See, I've got to think more vertical slabs. That's what I've got to think, like vertical slabs and vertical blocks, you know, because you know, that makes it look a lot smoother. But yeah, yes, yeah, something like that. Does that look right? I guess so. Don't know really. We've got to do that, and then can't really do that though. That's the thing, isn't it? But what I could do is have one across here, and then have these over the top. Yeah. Nah, it doesn't look as terrible as I thought it would. Still kind of bad, but well, I could still have this in here, couldn't I? I could just, because it's at the front, it's not as prominent or whatever. Yeah. So if I did, no, switch this around, right? Switch this onto this bit. Okay, that's there. Then do that. Then do that. Does that look any better? Not really. It's quite spacious though, isn't it? It's quite nice, really. Done all right. So some off that, you know, like that, or one going in the middle or something, you know. I'll do something like that. There we go. That works. Yay. That. Something weird like that. I don't know. Don't know what you guys think. You might be going, Daka, just delete it. You've ruined Minecraft. You've truly ruined everything. Which I'd find quite funny. It could also be quite true. Right, okay, well, those different clays we can't use, which is a bit of a shame, but at the same time, would we really want to use them? Who knows? So we've got those. So I've only seen those two so far in terms of the brown. Well, whenever I type in brown anyway. Ooh, brown, rounded thing. So, pretty much it, isn't it? Ooh, brown stucco wall design corner block. Brown stucco wall design. Really am going to have to get into like Roman stuff because it's just filled with it now. Filled, absolutely filled. I'm wondering if we can actually do something like this instead. Yeah. I think that looks better. I think it looks better like that rather than the slabs. There we go. Let's try that. Right. Let's colour it then. So switching a couple of these around. I don't know about them, but what I do know is that it at least variates it a little bit. I kind of like the stucco-y one, which I've kind of like got for most of it, but I also don't this one here because it just looks slightly too different coloured, you know, just a little bit. But I don't know. Hey ho. We do. Oh yeah, it helps if I actually do that from the right side because I have to be. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, great. There you go. Brilliant one there. Switch out, isn't it? It's like this one. Great. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, can't do that from that side. That's good. We'll just poke our head through here and shove that in, and jobs are good. Right, let's get this in here. Got to finish this thing up. Right, okay, there we go. And maybe like one over here or something, you know. Right, well we've got these two tents. They don't look too bad. They'll go with brown. Well, a little bit orange actually. I think is the right thing. Yeah, a little bit orange. But apart from that, not too bad. We're going to need at some point. Well, actually, I quite like this because even on this path, they're pretty hidden, aren't they? Holy crapola! Yeah, I like that. So they are pretty hidden even on that side. Oh yeah, there's a cave full of. I think I'm going to be. I've put trolls on the lore, but I think it's going to be bears. It's going to be the more realistic thing. So we've got that there. Right, let's get my spreadsheet of fun up. Some people have asked for the brushes that I've been using because, of course, I pretty much use them once, so they'll be in like one episode, and then they disappear. Sorry if the screen just went weird, by the way. It might have done. I grabbed the wrong one when I was moving the other one to the screen. So if you guys do want that, and you think that'd be a good idea, and you want my brushes, I can upload them the same as I have the lore, put them as like a Google Doc, well not really Google Doc, Google Sheet I think it's called, and actually make that public so you guys can have that if you want to, if that's well, just if you guys want to really. I mean, let me know. I'm happy to share everything that I've got. So obviously it'll be just for the Conquest Reforged mod, as long as the IDs don't change. But as the IDs change, I would have to update it anyway, so I guess you're pretty safe. Yeah, I'd say you're pretty safe. Yeah, you really are, aren't you? Yeah, because I'd have to update it. Or you just use that document. Yeah, so let me know if that's a good idea and you want it. Tell me and I will upload it. I've got no problems with that at all. But I did do a new material for the path. Just seemed to make sense to me. Because I wanted for the Druid's Path, this is the one I'm talking about, the Druid's Path, I did a new material because I wanted it to be different. So it's a little bit more overgrown, so you get like your mossy rock dirt, which didn't exist in there before, and also the overgrown podzol. Tiger forest floor is also in there. Generally looks pretty good, I think, and it looks a little bit more worn down than the other one. It's also got 3 column 1, this one, coarse dirt. so you don't, or you sometimes get like little bits like this where you get a bit of grass. The idea being that it's been a bit more worn out, just a tad. And I have put in as well along here bits of wool. I know that it's like a defensive problem for the fort, but think Skyrim. In Skyrim, you can jump down from the bloody mountain and you can be inside a fort, no problem. Same thing here. Exact same thing. So think like Skyrim. That's the thing. For my world, that is. Don't just think like Skyrim in general, because otherwise you'll be doing weird quests and stuff which don't exist and probably get locked away. So anyway, yeah, my worn dirt one is a pretty long brush. 1374:8, 1374:5, 1373:3, 1374:2, 1373:10, 1374:3, 1373:12, and 3:1. And that's the brush. It's a pretty messy brush. It's just lots of materials. So Nikos will probably kill me. Serena Capuchin will probably kill me for using too many materials, but I don't care. That's what I'm renowned for, not caring about what a blue monkey says, even though it's right. Yeah, that's what I'm renowned for. Obviously. Right, so, because they're going to be rangers, they're going to have wolfskin. Not wolfskin beds, but they will have wolfskin. Yeah, wolfskin beds, actually. Not the beds, because there's also the actual wolf fur bed. There we go. Not this one. They're not going to carry that around with them. They'll just sleeping bag type thing. So we'll have like one there, and we'll have that one over here or something here. A bit colder over there on that side, but that's fine. That's what we're going to be. So tough, yeah, because they're tough. So we're also going to need some swords. Well, swords and bows. I think. I don't know if they'd have. Well, I think they have both, wouldn't they? Swords and bows. I think they're going to be mostly bowmen. Bow. Oh, bow. Bow. Bowl is in there as well, of course. Bow and arrows. The arrows are all the way down the bottom. So these two different types here, and we're also going to have. Well, they're not going to have a load of arrows. I mean, they have quite a lot. Oh, there you go. That works perfectly, doesn't it? They might have like a few or something. Generally, they don't have that much. Do we want a tanning thing? Would they even have time to do that? No. I think what we're going to have is that the. Well, it's either because these are proper tents. Would these tents be packed up and then taken off, or are these going to be like ranger outposts where the tents always exist in some way, shape, or form, and they just switch between them and they run across the hills and they come across a new one, make sure it's all fitted up or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know actually. A tool on that side. I think they're going to need a chest of some kind, aren't they? So you'd hope they'd be pretty lightweight, but they're going to need a rucksack, aren't they? Oh, that's weird that that's wobbling. This has never happened before. I think there is something wrong with my Minecraft at the minute, because this has never happened before with these shaders, with Trilitons Shaders. And there should be a link in the description as well to Trilitons Shaders now. Finally got around to it, Triliton. So, sorry dude. It's taken me forever. It really has. Right, also, I want a wheel. Yep, and the reason I want that is because it looks like a shield when it's down like that. There we go, so we got that like a shield. And actually, an axe could be quite good as well. Where's the axe sticking out of a thing? Tools, what's it called then? This one. Oh, iron hatchet. Oh, okay. So that's called. So I have like this on wood. Wood. Log. It's going to be underneath like advanced, isn't it? Or something. Somewhere. Yes. Maybe not. It's going to be under simple, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Log pile. So I'll have those there. Yeah, that'll do. So I have like this over here. And I got rid of the hatchet because I didn't want it, obviously. I don't do very well with this, do I? Here, hatchet. Sticking out of that, right? Over there. So you got some wood there that they've just been using for this. Got the signal dudes over there and over there. So they can always get supplies from those guys. Maybe they pack up the tents and they give them to, one of them, and they get them from them. Like, I don't know. That doesn't really make so much sense, does it? You'd hope they'd always have some shelter for themselves. You guys come up with an idea of if these are pack-upable sheds, pack-upable tents or not. Obviously, we only got 2. Well, we could have more than 2 guys in here, but maybe they're only in groups of 3 or something. If they were in groups of 3, I guess you would only have 1 tent. So maybe I've just put 2 tents in there because it looks cool. I don't know. Can't come up with an idea, please, for the love of God. Come up with an idea to help me. help a bro out, please. Please, man, help me out. That'd be great. Right. Don't know if this guy's gonna have any swords. So maybe he won't have any swords, but he does have his bow next to him. And then out here we might just have some arrows. A basket. Probably need a basket rather than anything else. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yes. Excellent. Right, so I have like a basket over here with some arrows in it. Just have some arrows on the floor or something like that. And shame we can't, like, that was... Is there any way to make this taller without making it taller? That'd be great, wouldn't it? You know, because then I could put some food on it. That's all I'm thinking, right? Destroyed 2 lots of this thing. No goddamn reason. Okay, that'll do. Right, so we got that there. I'll put some smoke on it. Do some smoke. Need some steam. And smoke. Right. And that's going to go over this way. Obviously they would see that, but people that aren't there wouldn't see that, you know. They'd put that out. But only when they're cooking. So the idea being that if the orcs did make it up this far by some magical thing, if they were in a state of war, they'd have the rangers as well, all in these like kind of like posts along these paths, you know, like properly patrolling the paths, and obviously talking with the fort commanders and stuff. I don't know. You can make up loads and loads of stuff really to go along with it. What else do we need then? I mean, we've got food. We don't need anything where for them to repair anything, do we? It's not really... Oh, get out of the tree. Not really anything that we need to do there in terms of that. Don't really need a path down either, because they would be pretty lightweight with you know, they're not travelling this path that often. They're really only here to then just go off and either go onto this bit to view whatever this land we're going to call it, because we need a name for that bit. Or they're obviously looking over on, you know, going over to the signal tower and making sure these guys are all right. And also checking out this view or checking out one of the other views. That's what they're really there for. And they're also there to hunt down any sort of really creatures that will affect the kingdom. Really, really simple though. I don't know what else we need, really. Depends. It's not a permanent camp. Or it is a permanent camp. You guys decide. But I think we called it Ridgepoint. Ridgepoint? Ridgepoint, maybe? But if you guys have another name, do say. Or Ridgewatch, there we go. Ridgewatch is what I've put down as a name. But if you guys have another name for it, please do say. And if you like these kind of like small micro builds, also let me know. Because I'm quite happy to do them. They're very, very simple to do. And they just add like a little bit of character, you know, because have this path going all the way up there and then you just see this nice little camp, but actually if you were walking it and RPing it, you wouldn't notice it until you actually went exploring. And that's kind of what I want to have on this world, is that you don't know everything at all. Maybe I'll do the bush. What's it called? The really, really cool. This bush, I really like it. And also all these are really good as well, and I have a couple of these around me. On any area where we can see. Yeah, do one up there then. Right there. Yeah. That blocked. Wow, almost totally blocked. Yeah, well, don't think we'll ever get it all completely blocked, will we? Almost. Well, wouldn't really know, would you? Not really. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think this should be permanent, or if it's possible that if this was a tent, it could all be packed up. And, you know, it could just be thin cloth, to be honest. You know, it's only got local sticks around, so Maybe they just use those. Maybe they just bundle them up and hide them in like a weapons cache. Oh, we could have a weapons cache. No, they would probably have them. They would have them further away from the camp than that. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I'm going to be getting back onto a lot of the comments and putting a lot of different things. But so far, little extra plans, which I might as well go through on this episode because it's like a weird little special. We have got a cave down here, which is a river source and a troll cave. Now that's called Helven's Hollow. And that's going to be Helven's River, which is just or Helven's Stream, which is just going to go through here, which is going to be Silver Sage Farm and Mill. So it's going to be connected up to the mill. It's also going to go into, obviously, that land there, and it will go down into those farms. We're also going to have Silver Sage Manor is also going to be down there, manor house of the guy that owns farmland and the mill. It's going to be like not really a lord, but like a little lord of some kind. Over there, we've got the signal towers to build, which one there, one over here, one over there, and it pretty much goes all the way down. So we've got those to build. We've also got there goes another signal tower. We've got the banner mine and whatever mine that's going to be. We've got the little area here, which I'm going to have like a little necromancer. Well, not a little necromancer, not like a midget necromancer or a hobbit necromancer. Just a necromancer, just that's use this. It's gonna have like a little pond in it, very very Spriggan-like. This little bit of area. So we're gonna tree it up, mini Eldeath Grove type thing. Not really. Possibly have a cave. So we might have like the pond here, and actually the cave is waterlogged. And if it's not too big, I might link it up to the mine. So the mine you can go into and actually drop down into the from the roof of one of them, one of the shafts, and it actually goes into this cave. And that's what I was thinking. Very very Skyrim, where you start off one way and then end up coming out a completely different place. I thought that might be quite cool, and I'm going to try and make it possibly where you can't even tell from this cave there's a hole in the roof unless you're looking, something like that. So you wouldn't even know. Wouldn't even know unless you go to a different place. What I've also got, so if I fly over here, there we go, got the camp now. Woohoo! Got the bear cave there, yeah, Helven's Hollow, as I said. Over on this side, now we're going to have to do a weird little path going across to this. I was thinking of having a fort up here as well, so this is going to be a fort from the old days of like Civil War and things like that, and I don't know, potential small fort. It's whether we actually have this as a completely broken fort and totally destroyed, or we have it as like or we do like a destroyed fort, but actually it's got bandits in it or something like that, and it's pretty defensible, really. You might just have some steps going up this way to the small fort, and then it might just have not really a keep, but something here, and that's it. So tell me what you guys think about that idea. Another idea for a cave somewhere down here. There's an area for it somewhere. There we go. There's a cave. I don't know what was with this one. I think this one might be going into the grotto, so this might be cave entrance. So if we just do gateway free, I think this might be a grotto. Yeah, so this one will go into a grotto. So this will be somehow linked up to that. And I might actually link up Kingsgrave with this grotto because there's two of them there. And then the farms are somewhere around here, aren't they? Nope, we've gone too far. There we go. So we're going to have one of the farms. It's going to be around this area. Probably a mixed farm rather than just one, but we have some farms here, which is Silver Sage Farms. We got the Ridgewatch come down there, and this will go through Silver Sage Mill, which will be, of course, a wood mill. And then we'll probably have the manor house. God knows where we'll have the manor house. Actually, we've got quite a lot of area to build on around this side. So it's whether we do like a small port, and but it's not really used as much, or it has a couple boats on it, or you guys can come up with some ideas, and I'll probably just build them as usual. So that's the kind of like thinking that I've got to extend all of this area. Tell me what you guys think, and yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this small episode. Lots of things for you guys to give me some feedback on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.